Meet Tom and Linda. They're both 55. They live in Ohio. Last Tuesday, Linda sat at her kitchen table and said something that really hurt. She said, "It's too late for us." They just watched a YouTube video. It promised $4,000 a month in dividend income. Fast, easy, with almost no money down. They did the math on their own and it didn't add up. So they walked away feeling foolish for even hoping. Here's what I want Tom and Linda to hear, and every single person watching this video right now. You really can build $4,000 a month in passive income. You really can start with just $25 a week. That part is true, but the honest path takes time. It takes the right 2 ETFs, and it takes one thing you probably already have in your life and don't even realize is working for you. By the end of this video, you'll know 3 things. You'll know exactly how $25 a week becomes meaningful money. You'll know which 2 ETFs do the heavy lifting, and you'll see the real year-by-year timeline to $4,000 in retirement income. And the part most people miss is this: the $25 is not really where the magic happens. There's a bigger number already in your life. It's doing 80% of the work, and almost nobody on YouTube talks about it. Quick note, I'm not a financial advisor or government employee. Everything here is for educational purposes only. For your specific situation, always check with a qualified professional. Let me show you exactly what I mean. You're not starting from zero. Tom and Linda have something in common with most folks over 50. They have real savings, about $150,000 spread across a 401k and an old IRA. They looked at that number and felt behind. They shouldn't have. That $150,000 is the real engine of their plan. Here's why. When you invest $150,000 at a reasonable 7% return, it grows on its own. It roughly doubles every 10 years. You don't have to lift a finger. That's how compounding works. So where does the $25 a week fit in? The $25 is not the engine. The $25 is the habit. It goes in every single week, rain or shine, good market or bad. That habit keeps you in the seat when stocks drop 30% and the news is screaming. Here's the myth. Most people think they need to save huge amounts to build real retirement income. They don't. They need to save consistently, and they need to stay invested. Here's the truth. A $150,000 base growing at 7% adds over $10,000 a year on its own. Your $25 a week adds $1,300 more. Together, they compound, quietly, patiently, year after year. Smart retirees know this. They stop chasing big wins. They focus on the small, boring habit that keeps the big base working. So now you know the foundation. But there's a problem. Where you put that money matters more than how much you add. Pick the wrong fund, and you could lose 10 years of progress. Let me show you the 2 engines that actually work. The 2-engine retirement portfolio. Here's where most retirement videos fail you. They tell you to buy 1 ETF and call it a day. That is not how real retirement income works. A good retirement portfolio has 2 engines. Engine 1 grows your income over time. Engine 2 pays you more cash right now. You need both. Let me explain each one in plain English. Engine 1 is called dividend growth. These funds pay smaller dividends today, but those dividends grow every year. Think of it like planting a fruit tree. In year 1, you get a handful of fruit. By year 10, the tree is loaded. The most popular choice is SCHD. That's the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. In April 2026, SCHD pays about 3.4% in dividends. That may not sound huge, but here's the kicker. Its dividend has grown about 10% every year for the past decade. That's the magic. 2 strong alternatives are DGRO and VYM. DGRO is the iShares version, paying around 2.1%. VYM is the Vanguard version, paying about 2.3%. All 3 are solid. SCHD is the one most retirees start with. Engine 2 is called covered call income. These funds pay much higher cash right now. The trade-off, they don't grow as fast, but for a retiree who wants real cash hitting their account every month, they're powerful. The leader here is JEPI. That's the JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. It pays about 7.5 to 8% every single month, cash in your account. Two alternatives are JEPQ and SPYI. JEPQ pays about 11%, but it's tied to tech stocks and bounces around more. SPYI pays about 12%. It also has a nice tax advantage. Most of its payment is treated as return of capital, so less tax bite today. So which mix works best? For most retirees still building, a 70-30 split works well. 70% SCHD for long-term growth, 30% JEPI for current income. That gives you a blended yield around 4.7%. One honest note: hold JEPI inside a Roth or IRA when you can. Its payments are taxed as regular income. In a taxable account, the IRS takes a bigger bite. Now you know the two engines, but there's a trap waiting for you. The same trap has cost thousands of retirees 10 years of income. Let me show you what it looks like.
Here's a story you need to hear. Carl is 68. He lives in Arizona. He called it the biggest financial mistake of his life. Back in 2015, he moved his whole IRA into funds paying 10% and 11%. The yields looked amazing. The monthly checks were fat. 10 years later, Carl looked at his account. His income had barely grown. His principal had shrunk. The high-yield fund he loved returned 131%. A boring index fund returned 447%. Carl gave up over 300 percentage points of wealth just chasing a bigger number. This is called the yield trap, and it ruins more retirement plans than almost anything else. Here's the myth. Most people believe a higher yield means more income. It sounds logical. Bigger percentage equals bigger paycheck, right? Here's the truth. Higher yield without growth is a shrinking paycheck. Growing yield is a rising paycheck for life. Think about it this way. SCHD pays 3.4% today. It grows that dividend about 10% a year. In 10 years, that 3.4% yield on your original money becomes closer to 8.8%. Same fund, same shares, more income every year without you lifting a finger. Now take a 10% fund that doesn't grow. It pays 10% today and 10% in 10 years. Meanwhile, inflation ate half your spending power. You went backwards and didn't know it. Smart retirees pick growing income over flashy income. They may look slower in year 1, but by year 10, they're way ahead. Before I show you the timeline, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment right now. Are you already retired and drawing income, or are you still 5 to 15 years out? Just type retired or planning below. I read every single one. Your answer helps me make better videos for your stage of life. Now let's do the one thing most videos refuse to do. Let's run the actual numbers, year by year, all the way to $4,000 a month. The real timeline, when $4,000 actually arrives. Here's where we get honest. Let's go back to Tom and Linda, both 55, $150,000 saved, adding $25 a week, which is $1,300 a year. Their plan is simple. Keep the $150,000 growing, keep the $25 deposits going in, stick with a 70-30 mix of SCHD and JEPI, and don't panic sell in bad years. What does the math actually look like? At a reasonable 7% average return, their portfolio grows like this. After 10 years, they're at roughly $313,000. After 15 years, roughly $447,000. After 20 years, roughly $634,000. Now, let's turn that into monthly income. Remember, the blended yield on their portfolio is about 4.5%. At year 10, when Tom and Linda are 65, their portfolio pays them about $1,175 a month. Now add Social Security, the 2026 average benefit is $2,071 a month. Their combined income is $3,246. At year 15, they're 70. The portfolio pays $1,675 a month. Plus Social Security puts them at $3,746. And somewhere between year 15 and year 17, right around age 72, they cross $4,000 in combined retirement income every month for the rest of their lives. At year 20, the portfolio pays $2,380, plus Social Security equals nearly $4,445. Here's what most people overlook. SCHD keeps growing its dividend. Even after they stop adding money, their income keeps rising year over year. That's built-in inflation protection. So yes, $25 a week plus $150,000 plus time plus Social Security really does get you to $4,000 a month in retirement income. It just takes about 15 years, not 3, not 5. The honesty is the whole point. So now you know the timeline, but there's one threat to this plan most videos ignore. If you don't prepare for it, it could cost you hundreds of dollars a month in retirement. Protecting the plan. Here are 3 risks every smart retiree should plan for. First, Social Security itself. The trustees report says the trust fund could run short by 2033. If Congress does nothing, benefits could drop about 23%. Will that happen? Probably not. But smart retirees stress test their plan. Run your numbers using 77% of the current Social Security estimate. If the math still works, you're safe. Second, sequence of returns risk. The 5 years before and after retirement are the most dangerous years for your portfolio. A 30% market drop right when you start drawing income can hurt you permanently. The fix? Keep 1 to 2 years of expenses in cash or bonds. That way, you don't have to sell stocks during a crash. Third, yield compression. Covered call funds like JEPI don't always pay the same amount. When markets get calm, payments drop. JEPI's monthly payment actually fell over 30% from mid-2025 to early 2026. Don't build your grocery budget around the highest payment you've ever seen. Build it around the average. Here's the one sentence I want you to take from this video. The $25 doesn't build the income, it builds the habit, and the habit builds the retirement. Write that down, tape it to the fridge, tell your spouse. That one sentence is the difference between people who make it and people who stall. So, here's your action plan. Check your current savings. Set up automatic $25 weekly transfers into a brokerage account. Start with a 70-30 SCHD-to-JEPI mix. Hold the higher income funds in a Roth or IRA where possible. Stress test against a 23% Social Security cut. Then don't touch it for 15 years. That's how Tom and Linda get to $4,000 a month in passive income. That's how you can too. If someone you know is planning for retirement, share this video with them. 15 years goes fast. The sooner they start, the better. And a quick question for the comments. What's the one thing holding you back from starting today? Is it fear of the market, not knowing where to begin, or something else? Drop it below. I read every comment. If you're building retirement income and want to stay ahead of every change, subscribe to Dividend Hustle. I cover everything that protects your income and grows your paycheck. Social Security, dividend ETFs, Medicare, tax strategy, all of it. In my next video, I'll show you the 3 biggest Social Security claiming mistakes that cost the average retiree over $100,000 in lifetime benefits. You don't want to miss it. Until then, keep it steady, keep it consistent, and keep stacking that dividend hustle.